This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
Yes, and my name is Willie Kinyash. And today we have a very interesting topic. It is said that man shall leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and two shall become one. Then, having said that, is it okay for a married man to register his assets with his mother? The life coach is here to educate us.
And this is in the backdrop of a footballer who the wife tried to divorce him and ask him for half of his shares only to realize he has zero. So stories went around, and people are hailing him as genius. Women are saying, no, that's ingenuity, you are not being sincere. And so we said, I told them, because we don't have full facts and we don't have proper information about that, we may not delve deep into that particular case, but nevertheless, it arose the curiosity, the debate as to whether men should be registering their assets with a mother. And, you know, a lot of men feeling that was a genius move. That this man outwitted the wife. And, you know, it's like, it's a knockout. You know, you manage to win, you know, in a very... And looking at two people as if they have knocked each other out and beaten each other down, it's the wrong view of viewing marriage. Let's start there. Nobody forced this man to be this woman. There was no point for tricks. If you marry a person you want. Are we together? We should not come to marriage trying to outwit each other. Why are you marrying me? With this degree of suspicion and competition and game and mind games and mind play, can we build anything? It means you'll always be holding back and looking for tricks you can pull. This was not marriage. This is child play. No, it was not. It was not. The intention of marriage was for us to become one. You cannot become one if we are so full of games and mind play. The boy is only 24, so I told him in this particular case, I would not even have recommended him to marry at this age. He has dodged a bullet which he did not need to risk. He should have just been growing and playing his game. We did a whole show about the disaster of early beginners and talented geniuses and kids and like that, because getting money early deceives them into thinking they are mature. You still have celebrities here who are only 22 with a huge media following, so they start marrying, getting babies. And because they have money and publicity, it looks like it's okay now, they're taking photos. You see them, there's a time they called me on a show to talk to idiots, 3 idiots who are triplet girls, and they were under 25 and dating one man. And now they're trending and they think that's a trending topic. They're asking me to comment. I told them, you are insane. You don't have a brain. I even feel difficult talking to jellyfish brains. You are too young for what you're doing. These are children. I told them, you don't even know the cost of what you're doing. You're not aware of yourself. You are yet to mature. Your bodies are just grown, and therefore you're indulging. You're destroying your reputation, destroying your future, selling yourself cheap, damaging any respectability you could have attracted. You may be trending topic now. You're trending for the wrong reason, because people are destroying your character and seeing how foolish you are. You look like 3 sheep who can't think. And I told them, give this time. Right now you may appear like you're trying. Give it time. No, where are they? They did not even last anywhere. I told them, you're just fulfilling the fetish of a pervert man who wanted to sleep with his sisters. And you think now you have won. I told them, you should not reach to a place where this young, you are destroying your life. This boy is only 24. He was married, realized he's getting, and I said, if this mother knows the boy is too young, this is not interference. This is assisting a young boy who may be very naive, easily to be deceived. So it was, in this case, this is a responsible mother protecting the child. It's too young.
So
Boys-
you're supporting this young man.
Boys under 30 cannot navigate the world of relationships. And if you tell them and they don't hear, they insist on getting married. Then you just remain around to help damage control. So this mother just did damage control. This is a boy. And any woman can manipulate. I don't know the character. I don't know the whole specific example. But I'm just saying if my son is 24 and I tell him to wait and he does not want to wait and he gets married, can I just throw him away?
No.
I just hang around to assist.
Yes.
To do damage control. One of the damage controls is if you don't mind and you are being paid millions, and this is the problem with athletes, their career is short. So they earn millions for like 10 years, and if they don't manage it, they become poor. You've heard of that story?
Yeah.
Many athletes become poor and despondent and drunkard and because the earning period is short. They retire early.
Yeah.
So you may be earning a lot before retirement, but you're retiring when other people are starting a career.
Yes.
Where do you go if your career is expiring at 35? Where do you go? Other people's career is picking up at 35. Yours is
going down.
Where do you go? So he doesn't think in perspective.
Yeah.
Being an athlete is dangerous because you may not do it for life. If you don't organize yourself, get investments, develop businesses, develop another career to keep yourself busy. The idleness and having money will lead you to drugs, vices. That rigor of being an athlete, where
Just see what is coming in.
where will you take it? So this, if you ask me, this mother was just being a parent. Parent is not just about telling a child the rules of the world. It's also hanging around to damage control, to check when they're being trapped by the world. And the flair of being surrounded by women and partying and cars, sport cars, fame and this and celebrity status and cameras and media. What do you do? If that's your child and at 19, they're already a sensation. What do you do, my brother? Will you step out and say,
I come in.
if they collapse, they'll still be brought to you. True or false?
True.
If they die, you bury them. Do you want the pain of burying your child? So that mother was just being a mother. This boy was too young. And this mother can see the minds of other women. They're seeing money. So if you insist on getting married, okay, can you also then protect your assets? You know, I'm not about to eat your money. I'm about to just transfer it to my whatever you want. Because I hear that was the arrangement. Whenever he needs money, the mother just sends. That mother was just being a mother. This is a boy. He should not be getting married at that age, but feelings maybe overwhelm him, or that culture that he doesn't know about maturity. He thinks now he's mature, he has money. What else are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Child prodigies, genius children they develop disastrous relationships. We have our own artists here.
Yeah.
Serial baby mama. This marriage, this does, because that getting money young confuses them to think they're not mature. And I dealt with one millionaire, many millionaire boys, even billionaires who are just early, 22, 23. They say, bro, if you start now, to be a disaster after disaster after disaster. You may remember, you may have in your mind a few cases of people who married very early and it turned out right. But every time you check, you realize there was close support and a system from wise people and mentors who journeyed and helped them think.
Yes.
Few people have that kind of support and humility to accept guidance.
Yeah.
Those who marry at 21, 22, you see it turning out right because a lot of thinking was being done for them by their mentors. But how many of us, when you are 22, you can listen to a mentor saying, not this one?
And you have money.
Thank you. When you have money, you think you know it all.
Yes.
So that is the pain of being very successful early on. So this particular case of this footballer is not a classical case for life. It's not. It's exceptional. It's a young boy who got into money early, and most men don't get money too early. Only 5%. They don't. People who develop their talent to bring in millions when they're that young. How many do you know? They don't. Most young men are careless, reckless. They're in college drinking till they drop, sleeping with women and calling it body count, betting on Arsenal and Man U and not betting on their own life, Facebooking the whole day and they can't face life. My brother, it's a mayhem. It's a mayhem. This footballer is a genius. He has practiced his craft until he can earn money. I give him congratulations. Young boys don't do that. Yeah. They don't. You will see, in your life you can count how many you meet. You can count in one hand so far how many young geniuses And man, it gives me so much relief, man. I talked to the one who has 22 transit lorries and he's 23. The other one is developing software in the West and being paid in millions of dollars. And he's cool and composed, asking me, what shall I do? Where should I step? I tell him, take this path, do the other one, do the other. That's how the inventor of Google, one of the inventor of Google did it. Developed himself, and he believes you should marry when you're past 30. That's when you can see the world. You have developed a career. You know where you're going. That's what he did. He was worth more than $3 billion USD by the time he got married. It's doable. It's doable. One thing I send those boys who are going far in life is I assign them to study other great men, to follow their footsteps. You know, go to people like Larry Page, go to people who have stepped that path and navigated and married calmly. You see Zuckerberg developing multi-systems that are multi-billion in a composed way, living a humble life. He was developing Facebook while still sleeping on the same mattress with his colleagues and the same one bedroom and living humble life to develop a system. What kind of emotional self-control is that? But when you are poor, you hate the rich instead of learning from them. You develop conspiracy theories. They took away our money. Where was your money? They did not help you. How could somebody else take it away? Okay, so the story of that footballer is exceptional. What that mother did was situational necessity. If at all she did it, we are not sure, but it was a situational necessity. Even you, in that shoes, you can't leave a young boy who does not know what he's doing to be exploited by the world when you know his career is short and perishable. Athletic career depends on your vitality. Vitality is not forever. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's go to then, under ideal circumstances, when a man is registering his plots, cars, assets, shares, stocks in his mother's name and is married. It's a toxic human being who you should not be married to. And we said, marry men when they are past 30 and beyond, to know who you are dealing with. Before then, you don't know who you're dealing with. One silly boy calling me, telling me he's in school, I don't know, he's 26, there's this woman, he had slept with the other one, this one, he has no career, he's still in school, migrated to a different country to try and study under scholarship. And I'm wondering, boy, what are you living for? What's your purpose in this life? Apart from being a he-goat and hating on the bodies of women, and creating a mayhem and a chaos, what is your goal in life? And man, it is so difficult to deal with a boy who's so confused and just a bundle, giving in to testosterone and libido and just horny about women, and he has no future. Can't even think beyond his own body, man. So difficult. So difficult. And Africa, I don't know who shall save us.
The Lord have mercy.
Man. The few boys who are being picked by governments to be sent abroad to study and change their countries and their families, they arrive there and start doing the same thing they could have done in the village. If you wanted to sleep with women, weren't there women in the village? They should have given this chance to a person who wants to develop. You're only 24, 25, 26, 27, and your mind is full of libido and women and sex. And you can barely think 10 years to come, 20 years to come, where this will take you. Man. So, sometimes I'll give you 3 reasons why men involve their mothers, their lives, even when they're grown. And one is because he has never matured. He's still a boy with a beard.
Still a boy with beards.
Yes.
Immaturity.
Yes. He cannot individuate. Really becoming weaned from your mother, weaning from breastfeeding and weaning from emotional breastfeeding. It's a difficult and pleasant experience. Ask any mother, at the time they needed to wean the child from the breast milk, the child cries, protests. It's painful. There is a similar process for every man to detach from his mother. At some point in life, you have to learn to take decisions on your own and take losses, take risks, without having to depend and cling on to your mother. Many never do that. That's why even when they're married, they still go to breastfeed emotionally, to hide their things with their mother. And they pretend it is love. It's not love, it's enmeshment. It's immaturity, it is lack of independence. It's not love. And those mothers are controllers and emotional manipulators. If the mother to that footballer is a sincere mother, at some point she will tell the boy, now, you need to be more independent and to make decisions for yourself. I cannot be the one to run everything for you. I am also not happy because I may not be alive forever. What will happen to you? I'm also concerned that you learn to walk on your own feet. When you were young, I held you. I helped you walk. I helped you. But at some point, I helped you take the risk. At some point, I watched you go away. You fall. You rise. I have to do a similar thing with your life. I can't keep carrying you on my back. Can't keep hiding things for you. Can't keep defending you from the world. Learn to make decisions. I can't go with you everywhere. My season is different. I also have a life. I have other women. I have my sisters, my brother. There's a generation, you're in a different generation. You need to learn to walk on your own feet. A man should reach a point where he can carry his money, make his appointments, sign contracts, look for advice, keep going. When a child is going away, they keep looking back. Whether, they are afraid of darkness, they're afraid of the stranger. And so the mother is releasing them to go out to the school bus, and they're saying, by the separation anxiety. But the mother must endure that phase for the child to learn to go out into the world. Go make friends. We shall meet at lunchtime. Okay, you are back. The way the mother trained the child to gradually go out, emotionally and financially and mentally, we must also train them to take risks, go out. You hold them before they learn how to walk. They're carrying a glass and you're afraid they must fall with it. It might break. And while they're carrying you around,
just in case.
And they're stuttering. You don't refuse them every day. Some people refuse children from carrying delicate things every day. No, stop. At some point, you let them risk. If it breaks, it's an expense. By the way, when you get a child, everything in your house now is a teaching too.
Yes.
That's the cost they don't tell you. Congratulations for being a dad. Now, you are home.
Including your clothes.
Imagine. You look away, you left the iron there. The kid is trying to do what he saw you doing. You get a smell from far. And when he sees chaos, now you are ready to leave.
Yes.
Now, not only the clothes. I don't know, my mentor was being told by his teacher that if I come to your house and I can see your children are 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can't see drawings on the walls, crashes here, you are not a good dad. You are restricting your children too much. There's a season when you turn the water dispenser the other way. Especially if you have a boy. Because they enjoy pressing and this one coming out. You switch off every wall.
Change the position of your TV.
Imagine. You put it there. Yes. Before you have a child, when you have a child, you put it down here. That position is okay now. In fact, until you realize the boy is wondering, what is this flickering?
And then we were talking.
He learns the remote. So I can press something and another thing responds. Now, the car keys, TV, anything I can press and he wants to sleep. He'll
be there the whole day.
Imagine. Neighbors are hearing, what is wrong with that car? And now he won't even sleep. He has seen something that is producing. You're wondering now, that's part of being a father. Now you take it away, you fight, you exchange it with another thing that is a dummy. That's why we get them dummy cars. At least occupy them with something less expensive, less risky, And you carry him when you're driving, and he wants to drive. Remove your hands. You put him here. And he thinks dad is too... And the car is not mesmerized. It's like a big toy. It's flickering things. And something responding. There's a hot tea. Now it's there. You won't get him out of there. He wants to stay here. Especially boys. They have a lot of that testosterone shows on early. Mechanical curiosity. The way you bring up, the way you teach, at some point let men move out. Become their own. The reason they keep dragging their mother is you married a boy who was never individuated. That's the first reason. He's not individual. The second, and one of these days we'll talk about enmeshed families, because sometimes it's not just the mother who is clinging on to the son. It's a whole family system that is in each other's affairs, like one string that is tied back and forth. They are one bundle. Sometimes it's an entire family. That roles are mixed up. But in this case, when you see a man registering secretly his assets, going to negotiate with his mother, and you're not aware, he has never been weaned. Don't marry such people. You're getting into a battle you can't win.
Even if they are above 30.
Yes. Remember we said, That is not the age of universal maturity. It's the age of differentiation to know who is a fool, who is wise, who is real, who is fake, who is moving on with life, who is stagnated. The same way we said for women, make sure she's 25 to see what caliber of human being you're dealing with. Is this, if you see anything stupid or wise at 26, that's true things, not child, it's not adolescence. Mm-hmm. But if she's 23, that's adolescence. You can't tell whether she's really wise or she's just environmentally controlled. Some people are virgin and pure because the environment was too controlling. It's not because they are decisive.
Yes.
No. Because if
their wish,
their father will kill them. So if you ask them, oh, my mother will kill me. So it's not their decision. Mm-hmm. It's not their wish. Mm-hmm. The day they cross, they get social independence and some freedom, become wild. Mm-hmm. That was them. So you met her at 24, she's there saying, yes, yeah, and you think now she's nice, mm-hmm. nice. Allow people to evolve to the age of freedom, to show you who they are. The drunkard at 32 is really a drunkard, it's not immaturity. If you find a drunkard boy at 26, you're not sure whether that's him or just a stage. But if a man has reached the age where he should be focusing on his life and you see him still housed by his parents, can't keep a job, can't talk nicely, can't put, that's him. Mm. That's not now a stage. Mm. That's him. The other thing is, why men do this is, I want you to be aware, I want you to be careful that some men don't marry for companionship.
They marry for what?
For social status, that is a married man.
They want to prove a point.
Yes, they want children, they want to appear like they're a man now, so they don't want to include you in their life. So they have a weird, a skewed notion of marriage, of packing you at home to generate children and cook for them and give them a home. Some people don't want to marry for companionship, to get a friend, a person to journey with. No. It's not even in their plan. Mm-hmm. They don't plan on doing that. And most women shoot themselves in the foot when they meet a man they like and they start sleeping with him. Then it creates chemical bonding and confusion. You begin to feel like you have a real bond, like you love each other. Yet it's just physical, chemical bond created by the oxytocin and other sexual hormones. And you begin to feel like this is the one. And then yet you have already crossed boundaries of rationality. Should keep this distance for reasoning, to see clearly. His ideas that you should stay home, you must get children, you must get boys, you can hear the notions if you are sound. One of them wrote me a message, a lady saying, the lessons recently saved her life because after like 6 months of going out and now they were stepping up the relationship to the next level, and she followed the recommendation to always negotiate the idea of marriage. This person wants to realize only he wanted, stay home. I am the leader, you are the servant. You must listen to a very confined idea of wife. She dodged a bullet by negotiating without enmeshment. Some men are registering their things with other people. Sometimes it's a mother, sometimes a very powerful sister, sometimes another sibling, because they don't include their wife in their philosophy. Mm. Wife is nobody apart from this moral you're being assigned at home. Mm-hmm. So they're doing that because the idea of marriage they have is skewed and queer, and you're not. It produces a lot of tension when you want him to tell you his things, and he's wondering why are you poking your nose into his things. You're coming from very different places. He is not the kind. He does not believe that he should register you. The third reason is that he does not trust you. He has traumas he has not healed from. He has had men who are swindled and conned, and he has not reconciled with the pain. Maybe he witnessed, even he himself, maybe he was taken advantage of in the past. And he developed this generalized notion of never to trust women. And these are the kind of people that you do not want to plant in your life, because people who have not healed are very sour, very bitter, very difficult to deal with. A person who has not evolved past the pain and traumas, they'll continue to punish you with their past. I know women. I cannot. My hard earned this. They keep you at arm's length because they have not processed, forgiven, released, reconciled with their past. You will be punished, perpetual, and held at the cross of somebody else's betrayal. Be sure, and this is important for us men, We don't know how to identify a woman who was healed and one was not healed. I have seen us men more vulnerable to women who are yet wounded. You think you can comfort and babysit her wounds, how other men treated her badly, and the way she keeps being bitter, how she remembers betrayal by this one and the other one. And you, instead of reading the red flag that you're being punished for the mistake of other men who she has not reconciled, moved past and healed and balanced her life, you think you can love her differently. You try to prove more, you invest more, you do more, thinking, now I will prove I'm different. Then, you see, when people tell you that they don't trust easily, and you agree to date them, you are accepting to do more than usual to persuade them. Do you get it?
You have to prove to them.
You're accepting a very difficult position. You know me, I don't trust people, betrayed me so much. It's like they're telling you, prove that you are different. So you'll be doing extra to babysit their insecurities, their mistrust issues. What are you accepting to? The moment people tell you they don't trust, remember, trust is the bond for stable relationships. It's like they're telling you they don't have the glue to form stable relationships. They're describing a flaw, a fatal flaw they have. Not a challenge for you to do better, to do more, persuade them, win them. No. They're telling you there's a wound they're here to heal. Leave them to heal. Get a person who has processed and they're willing to take the risk. Trusting is a risk.
Yeah.
You are exposing yourself to a person and resting in faith that they'll behave right. They'll keep their word. That combination of trusting and balancing your life is very difficult. For most people, they never strike it. When people warn you early, a lady says, me have a problem trusting men, run away. You will be punished and suspected with paranoia to explain, give you a phone, tell who is this woman, who is the other one. Do you want that? No. Don't punish yourself by marrying people who already tell you they lost the ability to believe people, to trust. How can you marry such a person? Be merciful on yourself. The last reason I want to discuss today, why men. So we are saying they're punishing you with their own past traumas, that the inability to trust. That's why they are registering everything with their mother. That's why they are hiding everything there. And the last reason is that he is already the surrogate husband for their mother. There are women who have not found love with their husbands and they have transferred their needs to their sons. And they manipulate the son into a position of a husband. Apart from the sex part, he is the husband in all ways. So she is entitled to everything he has. And he has not woken up to individuate. Sometimes he is gripped by a very controlling mother. And he does not have the consciousness for it. Remember, you shall not entertain a person who has not evolved past their controlling mother. Sometimes they think that's what they should do. We should look out for each other. We should do and all that. Today I liked a picture I saw when I was coming to work, and I saw a lady doing her morning run with her son riding his small bike. A 5-year-old riding his bike and the mother doing the run. I liked that, man. She's involving him, but letting him evolve in his line. In that one picture, you see many things that are happening right. Okay, it was very early. You can leave him home.
Yeah.
But if he also wants to exercise and he can't run at your pace, he can then
bike.
Right? When you bring up sons, I'll make sure they are following their track of development, that you're not tying them to your own world. You don't say, you are my world, you're my everything, my prince. I asked God to give me a man who will always love me, and he gave me my son. Huh? This is not a man, this is a boy. Transfer your romantic needs to men.
Not to boys.
Maybe to his father. Not the boy. So, this to say, some women have abused their sons by installing them to be their surrogate husbands. If you notice that he has no freedom to do anything, he is already married. Don't dare marry him. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much. And we are sending this as a challenge to the parents and also to men. When you're out there and you're married, remain and behave as a man who is married. And talking about our assets and all that we own, I want to end by asking a question. And I want you to ask yourself, if you're married, Is your money married? Thank you so much. My name is Willie Kinyash.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life,